had some thoughts, had some very interesting thoughts. Sometimes you have thoughts that blow your mind. And they're thoughts that blow your mind because somebody who thought even deeper on an issue puts them in your mind. And then you go, hold on, I have to think about that for a long time. I was thinking about how much I like this color. I'm wearing this color. Yeah. It's a tight little V-neck. And I don't care what anybody says. I'm very happy with it. I like the way it clings to my body that is getting more expansive. I haven't gone into TRT yet, but I'm lifting heavy. I'm going to what's called hypertrophy. It's what we say in the bodybuilding circles. I'm crushing my back and bis, or my back and tris one day, and then I'll go chest and bis the next, that kind of stuff. Then we go leg day, dude. Leg day, if my quads, my ass had, and my hammies had a mouth, they'd be screaming for mercy. They'd be screaming for mercy. And what do I say? What do I say to them? And they do. They scream silently on the inside of my body because their mouths are on the inside of my body. They're not on the outside of my body. So on the inside of my body, I can hear them screaming, please, no more, please. And you know what I say? I go, shut up, legs. Shut up, glutes. Shut up, hammies. Hey, posterior chain, get ready, because we're just warming up. And then the panic really hits. Then they're like, you're not going to do farmer's carry. You're not going to do other stuff that also gets your shoulders, are you? Like goblet squats that spikes your fucking testosterone. And I go, yeah, we are. And here's the thing, posterior chain. Here's the thing, lower body. Always expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. When we step into the gym, it's basically a street fight. We're not in class anymore, bro. Okay? Because if you learn how to fight in a classroom, you know what the guy across from you is going to do. There are certain rules. Well, in a street fight, rules go out the window. It's why you can't feel your legs. It's why all your shit goes into you become numb. That's because this is real life. And before I step into the gym now, I say to the body part I'm about to hit, whether it's my back, and I'm hitting all parts of my back, by the way, whether it's my traps, my bis, arms less so, by the way, we're going to get into that in a second, but if it's my back, my chest, or my lower body, I say, expect the unexpected. We're going to battle. We're playing for keeps. This is a street fight, kids. This is a street fight. And I call them kids. My muscles are still kids. They've not earned the right to be called adults because they're too small. Why don't I work my arms as much as I work my back and my legs? Why don't I work my bis and my tris? This is going to sound silly. I want my arms loose enough so I can throw hands when I need to. And if I got really big biceps and triceps, I feel like the energy stays in my arms. But if I got to throw hands in a life or death situation, I want that. I want loose. Bop, 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 bop. Look at that loose. I'm throwing my fist. Guys, when I punch, even in a chair, what I'm doing here is I'm throwing. Look, I'm throwing. But this is a fucking rope. That's a stone. This is a rubber band. That's the hammer of the gods. Got me? And watch. Shot. Look at how I'm loose to the last second. What that? Oh, dude. 55 with that kind of speed? Why am I that fast? Because I'm throwing. This is nothing. This is everything. This is nothing. This is everything. I'm not here to teach you guys how to street fight. I'm using metaphors. Even though I could teach you how to street fight. Even though I play for keeps. That's a pause. A lot of times the wisdom is in the pauses. A lot of times the meaning is between the notes. Speaking of notes, this brings me to my profound thoughts for the week. This is my favorite color. I don't know why. It just is pleasing to my eye. It resonates with something inside of me. But I don't know if that's, see, the one of the fundamental problems with philosophy, with knowledge, with the things you know is this. There's practical knowledge. There's a way to get food, tie your shoelaces. You need a certain amount of sleep. You learn these practical things. You got to make a living. You have to have a roof of a certain dimension over your head. You got to keep your body at a certain temperature. Stay alive. Your loved ones need a certain, that's practical knowledge. Practical knowledge. How do you make a fire in the woods? Then there's scientific knowledge. And that's the causation of things. You study the causation. What causes this? What causes, a chain reaction when you split an atom or whatever it might be? Why that explosion? Well, let's go back to the atom. What is an atom? What's an atom made of? That's scientific knowledge, right? Then there's the big knowledge. Then the big knowledge is what's behind all of it. What kind of a creature am I? How did I come to be here? How can I know anything? What is knowable? What is not knowable? And is what I am seeing with my rudimentary senses actually real? I mean, this isn't actually the color I think it is. That's the light and the chemistry and my eye playing a trick on me. So there might be a reality behind what I'm actually seeing. And that's what philosophers kind of contend with, right? They try to figure that out. And that's a fundamental question. What is there, really? How do we get closer to the truth? And now, follow me on this. There is something really interesting about, Pythagoras, who was this great philosopher. He came up with the musical scale, with the harmonies, right? And why is it that some chords, so if I were to go from a C major to an F sharp, it would be like, and you'd be like, what the fuck? Why does that not resonate with my body? There's something unnatural about it. All of us. You can play sound, you can play music, and then hit a note that has everybody go, it's like an American Idol when somebody starts to sing, and you go, man, that voice is terrible. Whoa, shit. Then you hear somebody sing, and you're like, well, that makes me believe in God. Well, there are certain notes that seem to resonate with something in us that have already been there, right? That's why the Pythagoreans, they had this, if you were sick, if you had something off, they would actually play music so it would resonate with your body, and the idea was to bring you back into tune. I mean, it doesn't really work, but the idea is that, the fact that some notes, some colors, some stories resonate with us. They resonate with us no matter who we are or what background we have. I find that fucking fascinating. I find it fascinating that J.K. Rowling can read from her book and fill an arena full of 8th graders or 8-year-olds. Why? Because the story of boy to king, boy to hero, girl to queen, whatever it might be. The idea that you start out naive with no skills and you have to fight a dragon to become a whole person. You have to fight a foe, an enemy that you don't have weaponry for, that you don't even know how to beat. I mean, it's overwhelming odds. You're like, the movies where the hero goes, I got to fight that? That's a fucking tsunami. And somehow they find their way through. And they come out of it with a new equilibrium. That's the story of the resurrection, right? That's the Jesus Christ story, and every religion has some story like that. The Buddha started out as this rich, pampered prince. He saw a funeral, and he was like, what the fuck is that? Oh, there's something called death. My parents kept me away from all that. Then he goes out in the world and realizes suffering is a part of life, and he has to come to terms with that, and then he basically learns how to deal with that and then becomes the Buddha. He reaches enlightenment because he transcends. Every story like that seems to resonate with us no matter where we're from. So there are certain things that resonate. So here's what I'm getting at. What's really fascinating is that in some ways, there's a number that corresponds lock and step with that reality. Yeah. There's a mathematical equation to everything you see around you. It's called the divinity of number. What do I mean? Like your genome, who you are, there is a specific set of mathematical relationships, numerical relationships that comprise you, that can be explained through math. Yeah, anything physics is basically giving a number, a mathematical equation to the reality you see, whether it's gravity or whatever. That to me is, here's what's even crazier. There have been many instances where some mathematician fucking comes up with some equation he spent his life working on. Some equation that it's abstract. It bears zero reality or relevance to reality, to like, this desk and the shit we have to deal with on a practical basis, right? And then 200 years later, somebody's studying arachnids, or they're fucking studying a way to put a rover on Mars. And they go, dude, I can't do it without this equation that came to this mathematician long dead in a dream. Came to the guy in a dream. But this equation that he had a dream about 150 years later is actually now relevant in the material world. I'm sorry, dude. That's fucking mind-blowing to me. Dylan, have I lost my audience with this, or is that interesting?
No, it's really fascinating because 7285.
Yeah.
That number is the number of the hue of the shirt you're wearing, which is also called pigeon.
Is that right? Did
Yeah.
you just give the mathematical formula for the color of my fucking shirt? 7, 2, 4, and 5?
7285, also known as pigeon.
7285.
Yeah.
You looked that up on Google?
Yeah.
Which is an algorithm. So there's a number that corresponds to everything, or an equation that corresponds to everything in life. Fucking weird, man. I've been thinking about this. That's the shit that makes me believe in God. That's the shit when I'm supposed to be writing. Like I was in Tacoma, and which is like 30 minutes outside of Seattle, and I rented this this lake house, and I was in the lake house with my two buddies who opened for me, and I was like, the first thing I thought was, we got there at night, and there was this basement, and it had a fucking like a sheet over it, and I was like, go down there. And we're 3 grown men. Nobody would go down there in that basement. I was like, I don't think we're going to make it out of this lake house alive. Then I woke up and I looked at that lake. And I thought to myself, dude, I could stare at that lake for the rest of my life and never get bored of it. Why? Is it because the lake's always changing? Is it because there's always a ripple effect? I don't know, dude. There's something about water. There's something about water and ducks. And I don't know. That's very calming. When I'm drinking coffee and getting that coffee rush, I get that coffee rush and I'm looking at a lake in the Pacific Northwest, which is overrated, by the way. We'll get into that in a second. Over fucking rated. Great people, but they all look like they're walking through rain, even when it ain't raining. Because even when the sun is shining, it's cloudy. I don't know why. You look up at the sky and I'm like, it's gray as shit. Okay? And if you don't drink coffee all the time and take some kind of a stimulant, you're going to slit your wrists. Can you find out if the suicide rate is higher in the Pacific Northwest than it is in the Southwest? If it's not, I'll eat this cup, because it's got to be. Because you can't, people are so white, they're alabaster. You know what alabaster is? They're like whiter than ivory. They look like bone china. Okay? They're that white there. It's like, bro, you need some vitamin D. We got to get you in the old sun. I would open up, I want to go to Seattle. I want to go to the Pacific Northwest, and I want to open up Sun Labs. Just a place you can have your coffee where ultraviolet rays are raining down on you because you need it. So you leave with a little bit of a tan. I'm sure there are all kinds of like problems with that. I'd get in trouble. But a little fucking sun radiation, please, if you don't mind. Some red light, whatever it is.
You hungry?
Yeah. Why?
You're going to have to eat that cup.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
The suicide rate is not higher. I'm glad it's not. I'm glad. I'm not rooting for a suicide rate.
No. It's higher than in SoCal, but the number one is Wyoming, then New Mexico and Montana.
Okay, I have a weird question. That might be because Wyoming and New Mexico have large Native American populations. Am I right? May have had a hard time of it.
Right.
Dude, I'm smart. Sorry. So,
did you say that you're a member of the bodybuilding community?
Well, I just entered the community.
You did?
Yeah. The problem with bodybuilding is that you start taking your shirt off more, even when you've been doing it for like a week, and you eat a lot. It apparently, when like my buddy Nick told me that, I was like, I'm hungry all the time. Like I ate 2 chicken breasts right before I went to bed. That's not me. I can't eat before I go to bed, especially meat. It fucks me. But I was so hungry, I had to eat 2. I was done with my shows. Here's what I did on Saturday. Ready? I wake up, I eat bodybuilder French toast. My buddy gets egg whites and with cinnamon and a little milk, and then you soak pieces of bread in that mixture, and then you fry it up in butter. And then that's supposed to be like 30 grams of protein. I don't know. It's fantastic. I love it. And I get energy from it. Best thing you can do personally for me, before you go work out. Then I go follow this bodybuilder, my buddy Nick, around, who's stronger than everybody. So I got to take all the weights off. But like I follow him around and just do what he does. Okay. So then we hit it there. We spent about 45 minutes in the gym. Okay. And by the way, I love getting recognized in the gym, but nobody knows I'm there to do stand-up. It drives me nuts. Like every 5 minutes in Tacoma, I feel like Elvis. It's great. But, it's like nobody knows I'm doing stand-up. What are you doing here? It's like there's got to be a way for me to get people to know I'm going to be in fucking wherever. By the way, my dates, Bridgeport, Connecticut, October 13, 14, 15. I'm there at the Stress Factory. Come get some, okay? The following weekend, October 27, 28, 29, I'm in Schaumburg, Illinois, the Chicago Improv. Charlotte, North Carolina, Comedy Zone, November 10, 11, 12. That's where I'm at. And then Naples, Florida, Off the Hook Comedy Club, December 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, come check me. But it's hard getting people to know that. But anyway, so here's my Saturday. So I go, we work out, we hit back. We're supposed to hit buys, but Daddy does deadlift instead. Yeah, I went deadlift. I don't care. I did deadlift, and I did Romanian deadlift, which is basically your legs are almost straight and you're working your hammies. Okay? That's the best thing I've ever done, which has stretched out my impossible to stretch hamstrings. And when I say my hamstrings, I'm talking about the tendons right behind my knee. They've never been loose. All I want is loose hammies, and to be able to dunk a basketball, and to be 6'2", and also to have a big chest and big arms. Those are the only things I want. And to have a lot of hair, full head of hair. That's what I want. And to be younger. That's literally all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. Okay? And to be a mesomorph, a natural mesomorph. And to be a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I should have spent more time in jiu-jitsu. And I should have been boxing like in college. But then I'd have CTE probably. So let's step off on that. You know what I do too much of? I go back in time and wish I was somebody else. It's a problem. And then I go back in time and I think about all the things I would have done differently. But I would have made different mistakes. So that's a waste of fucking energy. Don't do as I do. Do as I say. All right? Why am I framing my face like this right now? That's so weird. But I look great. Can you imagine if I got a little bit of a little bit of a face tuck? Look. Hi. Hey everybody, it's young Bryan Callen. Hope everybody's good. With almond eyes and a Joker smile. Hey everybody. Guys, what's going on? This is me in 5 years. Guys, it's young Bryan Callen. It's the Young Show. How's everybody doing? I hope well. Anyway, just been doing peptides and trying to stay alive longer than everybody else. It's not who's. I don't want to be that. I don't give a fuck if I have a face like a Shar-Pei. I'm going to age gracefully, and I'm going to rage against the night in a natural way. And I'm going to accept the fact that I'm limited, and I'm going to fucking die no matter what I do. There's something about eating salad, taking drugs for longevity that feels a little bit cowardly. I'm not saying I don't want to do it. I'm not saying I'm not drawn to it. I'm not saying I don't eat salad and vegetables to stay alive longer, because in my mind, when I eat something green, I'm thinking to myself, I'll keep cancer away for a couple more years. But, you know, I still feel cowardly. I should just accept the fact that I'm going to die and drink all the wine, eat all the chocolate, eat all the butter, and eat all the meat. All right? And maybe I will. Yeah. By the way, I just want to, just really quickly. The LA Unified School District is essentially put out this PSA that says that donuts and anything you want to eat is not bad for you unless it's got contaminants or it's spoiled, because you can't shame people. And that the problem and the reason that, quote unquote, and I'm quoting this nutritionist, black women have a problem with weight is that of racism, colonization, and fat phobia. It has nothing to do with the choices you make. This is literally what the LA Unified School District is saying. So I guess science and insulin response and simple carbs and simple sugars aren't bad for you. And the woman who's the nutritionist talking this way, can't remember her name. I found out she works for Mondelez. Yeah, so she's saying you can eat junk food basically and nobody should shame you for it. But they're the same company. She's the chief scientist. They're the same company that does things like, they come up with, well, they make foods like Chips Ahoy and Halls and Honey Maid and what else? Let me see. And Oreos. Yeah, and Perfect Snacks and Philadelphia cream cheese and Ritz crackers. Eat all that shit. Tell me how it goes. And the examples that they're citing, the people that are speaking out against fat phobia are not just obese, they're morbidly obese. So we're back to crazy land. Sam Tripoli had the funniest thing in the world. He said, do they just go and find people who can say the craziest shit in the world? Just find people who say crazy shit and make a PSA about it? I mean, that's what it is. That's government. That's LA Unified School District. That's what happens when ideology creeps into politics and all common sense and all measurable evidence goes out the window. It's just fucking incredible. It's incredible. I mean, you've got groups in fucking coalitions, bike coalitions in San Francisco. And I don't know if this is bot farms. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is even real. And maybe it's just these crazies who get a voice on Twitter who are calling for San Francisco Bicycle Coalition says not to call police about stolen bikes because it hurts black and brown people. That to me sounds like sensational news. It sounds like spectacle. But there are crazy people out there who talk this way. I mean, you know, it kind of loses me. Wait, but back to my day. Back to my Saturday. So I worked out like a motherfucker. Okay? Then I drive an hour. My buddy Tom Bigley was a Delta Force guy. And he said, come out. I want to teach you shooting. I want to give you a shooting class. I go out there. I'm shooting 45s. I'm shooting AR-15s, M4s. I'm shooting sniper rifles, and I'm doing everything wrong, of course. Like, I'm a pretty good shot when it comes to standing and shooting at a target that's 15 feet away. All right, big deal. You go boom. You just look. I keep both my eyes open. I hold the gun this way because I'm left eye dominant. Bang. I squeeze off around. Bang. I do all right. It's fine. But then he said, and then with the AR-15, I can hit, even with a pistol, I can hit everything. I can hit everything. If I'm standing still and there's nobody's like, there's no hurry, nobody's shooting back at me, shooting at a target, no problem. I'll hit it. I'm not going to be dead on, but I can hit it. Then you give me an AR-15 or an M4 and I can put that laser sight on the target. Anybody can hit anything. Here's where it all changes. Here's where real life kicks in when you're working with a Delta guy, with a CAG guy, with a guy from the unit. Sorry, man, if you're an operator listening to this, you know what I'm talking about. Then he had me walk towards the target and start shooting. And I was a disaster. Oh, and then he had me walk towards the target with the AR-15. Just walk slowly, slow as you can, and try to hit the target. I missed every single fucking time because the sight was doing this, because I was walking. Because like anything else, there's a way to do it. All those things. Now add to that, people shooting back at you. Add to that, you haven't slept. Add to that, you got 100 pounds of gear on you. Add to that, your buddy just got shot. Add to that, you've been in country, in the field, as it were, for 9 months. Yeah. So, some things you can only get good at by doing. Anyway, what was fascinating about shooting like that and squeezing off probably 300 rounds in all these different things, and by the way, I'm competing with my buddies who are doing the same thing, is that it's exhausting. That's after working out and then shooting. Shooting makes you so tired because your whole body, whether you know it or not, if you're not used to it, is so tight because the sound is so loud and it's so violent. You can just feel the gun. It's just death every time you shoot. Death, 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 death. And your body, if you're not used to it, if you're my buddy Tom, he's like, yeah, it's like a day at the park. But if you're a civilian like me, your body seizes up. You don't even realize how much energy you're expending. Then I go and I'm on stage for 2.5 hours. 2 shows, sold out. Thank you very much, Tacoma. What a fucking blast. But it's an interesting experience because I get home and I was ravenous. I never eat late at night. And I fried up 2 chicken breasts, ate the fuck out of them. And then ate ice cream. I forgot about that part. I ate ice cream. And you know what happens to me when I do that and I go to bed? Here are my dreams. Somebody's playing a horn here. I got an attack dog barking at me loud. Oh, you know what my buddy told me? He said when they got Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the guy who was the orchestrator of the 9/11, bombing, he wouldn't talk. So they took him, they put him in a chair, and they took this giant Dutch Shepherd, and they put the Dutch Shepherd about 2 inches from his face, and they gave it a bark command, and for 8 fucking hours, that dog just kept barking in his face. Oh, 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 oh. Now, you haven't slept. You're not allowed to sleep. You haven't eaten. You haven't drunk anything. You're just sitting there like that. This dog, oh, oh, oh. After 8 hours, he was like, get this fucking dog away from me. I'll tell you everything you want to know right now. Never bring that dog near me. Yeah, don't fuck with the U.S. military. They have ways to make you talk without touching you. You won't sleep, and a dog will bark in your face for 8 hours. Enjoy that. A dog that wants to bite your face off. Mm-hmm. Gosh. Yeah, it's a Dutch Shepherd. That's a badass dog. I want one so badly. You don't want one if you're just a regular guy. You can't have those with kids. They're too sharp. Dutch Shepherds are too fucking sharp. They just are. And I want to talk a little bit about what you do if a dog attacks you. we got a hypothetical danger here. And it'll happen. Now, here's the problem. If 2 dogs attack you, you're in big, big trouble.
Well, you have to establish the breed because if they're Cocker Spaniels, you're not.
No. But if they are, they'll still fuck you up. But if they are Dutch Shepards, Rottweilers, any kind of a Mastiff breed, Pit Bulls, you're probably going to die. And it's going to be really, really bad. I believe your only chance the only chance you have is, this is what I believe you do with a fucking attack, a dog attack. You're going to have to sacrifice one of your limbs. If you can get your jacket around your fucking arm and get it to bite that arm, it's still going to hurt. It's still going to crush your arm. Don't think your jacket's going to do shit. Those dogs bite so much harder than you think. But you have to try to figure out a way to get that dog to bite and then get your body on top of the dog. Get your knee in its neck and hold on to it. It's going to be a motherfucker. But you got to get your knee on its neck. Nowhere else. It's just like jiu-jitsu. You can choke a dog unconscious. I've done it. I did it with my pit bull. When my pit bull would latch onto my German Shepherd, and I've done it to my German Shepherd when my German Shepherd would latch onto my pit bull. People don't know this story, but I used to have a working line German Shepherd, and I had a street pit bull I found under a car when she was a puppy. And I love both those motherfucking dogs. And I ended up having to give my German Shepherd away because they would get into fights. They'd have a tug of war, and then they would just lock onto each other. And my German Shepherd was every bit as tough as that fucking pit bull. People think pit bulls, Shepherds can't fight. That Shepherd, you get a working line German Shepherd from a real kennel, like a German Shepherd, that's a fucking wolf. And that thing was as game as any pit bull on the planet. And they would go at it until they literally had to roll over. They couldn't breathe anymore. And both of them looked like, when I had my pit bull stitched up after her fight, she had about 7 fights. When I had her stitched up, she looked like a baseball. She looked like a giant red baseball. She was a red nose. She was the cutest thing in the world, Piggy. I loved her. But she was hell on wheels if you fucked with her. Hell on wheels. And she would fucking go crazy. She would, that pit bull, I found her in her car. Somebody probably abandoned her. But motherfucker, she was a badass. And so was my German Shepherd, Stella. Stella and Piggy. And they would go at it. And I got to a point where when they'd go at it, I would literally barrel both of them, so they'd be locked onto each other. So what would happen is I'd choke one of them out, but then it would let go because it would pass out, but then the other one would hold on, and then I have to choke the other one out. As I'm choking the other one out, the other one would come to and latch on. So I'd go back and forth. Okay? And it took me 20 minutes to break them apart until my buddy came home, my buddy Bob, who lived with me, and he jumped off the porch and then leaned on both of their necks with his knees. He barreled them both over. They're holding on. And he just sat on their fucking heads, on their necks with his knees, with both knees. And they let go. There was a girl visiting me. I was on a date at my house. The garden, the area they were fighting, it was the three of us, had no grass left. I crawled into a corner in the yard in front of a girl I barely knew. And I was hunched over and I couldn't move my hands. I realized that my hands, the muscles in my hands had contracted so badly that I couldn't open them and I couldn't breathe because I was fighting. Because it wasn't that I gave a fuck that they were hurting each other because they're assholes. I was so angry. But I knew that every minute that went by is $1,000 at the vets. So it cost me $3,600 every time they'd fight. I didn't have money back then. So I'm like sitting there going, 20 minutes I couldn't move. And my hands were sore for probably 10 days afterwards. I mean, I fucked up the tendons because I was fighting for my life. I was trying to do everything I could, pull them apart. So then I learned that whenever they would lock onto each other, I'd just wait till they locked on and I would fucking push them over, their bodies over. I'd push their bodies over and I would lean on their necks with my shins. And I go, whenever you guys are ready, you guys enjoy that shit. Enjoy me leaning on your fucking necks and you guys can hold on to each other and growl. And sure enough, they'd be like, fuck this. I don't like this anymore. And they'd let go. And then I'd hold them apart. I'd take one. I'd put them behind a door. I'd take the other one and send them over there. You have to separate them. I've had a lot of experiences with dogs. My one dog swallowed a fucking ball and died on my kitchen floor until I gave it the Heimlich maneuver. I had to give it the Heimlich maneuver. The ball was so greased up, it got stuck. And then I had to shovel all the fucking dog food out of its throat because she had thrown it up. And then my buddy Bob gave my dog mouth to nose resuscitation. Literally grabbed it and started blowing into my dog's nose. And 20 minutes later, she came to. But she was never the same after that. Yeah. Yes?
If I could.
Please.
My father was in Vietnam. There was an all-black German Shepherd named Mr. Caesar who protected an airstrip. That was his only job. He had 47 unassisted confirmed kills. So, if you are met by 2 Mr. Caesars, what do you do?
So what people don't realize about and I've seen video of this, which I wasn't supposed to. When a police dog, a 120-pound or 100-pound police dog, bites you in the hand, arm, or shoulder, what you don't understand is that the pressure of the bite crushes the nerves. So your arm shuts down. You can't use it. That's what wild animals do. They can kill you with their mouths. And a German Shepherd ain't that different from a wolf. Can't bite as hard, but it can bite hard. I've worn sleeves and had Malinois and Dutch Shepherds bite me. The pressure is disconcerting. It's disconcerting. It's actually terrifying. Add to that them tearing and shaking. If a shepherd grabs you and you don't have a gun and you don't have a knife and you don't know how to use that knife, you're in deep shit. 2 shepherds, here's the thing. Some hypothetical situations there's no answer for. You can die. You can die. The only thing I could say is find something to climb that they can't climb. But if it's a Belgian Malinois, you can climb a 12-foot wall. They're going to scale that fucker and grab you in midair. Now you got a Belgian Malinois hanging from your side. Your side. Because they'll bite you right here. Right where it counts, in your side. All right? Enjoy that. Enjoy a Belgian Malinois hanging from your side, or this meaty area here. That's a good time. Oh, did you work on your lats? Did you? Yeah? Can you pull down 220 pounds? See how it feels when you gave a Belgian Malinois or a Dutch Shepherd, German Shepherd, whatever it might be, that much to bite and hold on to. I mean, that's a good piece of steak. And they don't know how to bite through bone and steak. Yeah, their mouths aren't evolved to do that. No, not at all. Good luck. Good fucking luck. I mean, I don't know how you get a 100-pound fight-trained dog off your lat. I really don't.
Yeah, you're correct in that if you are met by 2 of them, there is no escape.
There's no escape.
There's no escape.
I would say the only escape is if there's a body of water. If there's a body of water, jump in the fucking water and drown those fuckers. Go underwater.
Right.
It's all you can do.
Right. If it's 1, you are correct in that you do have to take any article of clothing, if you have time, and wrap either the shin or fore.
Yeah, I'm wearing this, dude. I'm wearing this T-shirt. This T-shirt ain't going to do shit.
Right.
This T-shirt, I mean, I guess I could stuff its mouth. Maybe I can punch it in the throat, but a dog can do whatever they want with their mouth. They can bite you so fast. They can do everything. Anything you can do with your hands, they do better with their mouth. So, what? Huh? My girlfriend had a sheepdog named Jeffrey, the greatest dog in the world, and he loved people, but he would bite you in the dick by accident. Yeah, he would bite you. He had this thing about snapping, and he reached up and bit my friend in the dick, right in the balls. It was a disaster. It was a fucking disaster. He just went boop, hi, boop. But when a dog goes boop on your fucking through his genes. Your genes don't help you. They don't protect you. It's like when I was shooting with Tim Kennedy and I was like, well, I got 2 car doors between me and my adversary. He goes, those cars' doors provide no cover. 2 car doors don't provide any cover. None. If you're in a gunfight, you die. Don't stand behind the doors. Stand behind the engine and the wheel hub. Get behind the wheel. That's cover. Doors? That's adorable. That's adorable. You know how I always thought you could use your car door and you'd swing it open and now you're shooting through the window? No. If you're in a gunfight and the perp is shooting at you from his car door, just shoot through the fucking car door. That's for all you cops, as if cops didn't know that. It's so annoying that your car door. If I make enough money, I'm going to say, hey, I want the armored doors in case I got to get into a gunfight.
What happened to that guy's dick?
I didn't check. But I heard he played strip poker with a bunch of girls, and his dick was so big that 3 of them had sex with him. Yeah. This was in college. 3 of them. And I was like, he was Arabic. Yeah. He was like Kuwaiti. Apparently he had a crazy dick. And I was like, damn. All right. Guy's got a crazy dick. Yeah. Apparently a lot of Arabic men have massive dongs. That's what I choose to believe. You know. I mean, if you're like an Iraqi or a Kuwaiti, you know, if you come from Arabia, Saudi, if you're Saudi, if you come from the Arabian Peninsula where Islam was born, you know, if you're the Bedouin of Saudi Arabia, the Bedouin of the Middle East were legendary in their sexual stamina, their ability to see better than anyone, their ability to go without water longer than anybody. I mean, they lived off their camels. Bread, camel milk, dates. They'd eat meat once a year. And they were renowned for their sexual prowess. Renowned for their eyes. Tall, strong, athletic. It's similar to the Maasai, you know, when you like live on high-fat camel milk and water and like unleavened bread that you make with your own hands and dates. Get the fuck out of here. Look up what the traditional Bedouin of Saudi Arabia ate. I love this shit. I love how simple you can be in life and live forever. You can live forever. Let's see this. The Bedouins of the Arabian Peninsula in North Africa died of dates, dried fruit, nuts, wheat, barley. That's where they made their rice and meat. The meat comes from large animals such as cows, sheep, and lamb. They also eat dairy products, milk, cheese, yogurt, and buttermilk. Labne. That's not what, the fucking labne is not buttermilk. Whoever wrote that is dumb. But the bottom line is they would strain yogurt. And nobody could afford meat. Nobody could afford meat. So it was really dates, bread, nuts, pistachio nuts in particular. Pistachios, which apparently are very good for your gut. I found that out from a gut scientist. And, and then like milk, yogurt, cheese. I never ate cheese in Saudi Arabia, but but usually it's like something fermented and you'll live forever. It makes me want to just live with my camels. Oh, here's a little fact about camels. Camels get attached to you. And if they don't like you, if you're just somebody that shows up, they'll spit on you, they'll kick you, and they'll bite and hold on to you and shake you around. So, just so you know. Kind of like elephants. They're like, I only like this guy. Anybody who gets near me, I'm going to remind them that I weigh a crazy amount and that I have a fucking giraffe neck. I'm basically, my joke, a giraffe is a gay camel. Well, camels are gangster. They're gangster. They chew a cud all day long too, and they'll spit it at you, and they'll bite you. Camels are nasty motherfuckers. Nasty. I've ridden one. I've raced one. How about that? Yeah. They have camel jockeys for real. Like camel racing is a big thing in parts of the Arabian Peninsula.
Yeah, they're not the most aggressive animal in the world, but
Sorry, I just coughed.
the African buffalo's one of the meanest animals on planet Earth.
Yeah, they call the African buffalo Black Death. If you see Black Death and you're in Africa, climb a fucking tree. Climb a tree.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It looks like an orc.
Yeah, it's an orc. Look at that. Look at the balls on that thing. It hates you for no reason. It hates you for no reason. Okay? Yeah. Fuck you is what it says. That's why in Africa you didn't have the kind of farming in sub-Saharan Africa because there were no animals you could domesticate. You can't domesticate a zebra or a fucking water buffalo. If it's an Asian buffalo that looks just like that, you can. But not otherwise.
Yeah, number 3 most aggressive animal is the hippopotamus. Another.
The hippopotamus is, without a doubt, related to, by the way, you know what animal the hippopotamus is related most closely to? Of course not. The whale. The whale. It's basically a mini whale with legs that hates your guts for no reason. Okay? That's why I call hippopotamuses whales. I call them mobile whales. I call them land whales that hate you for no reason. Then you got crocs. Then you got crocs. Forget lions. I laugh at lions. You got Nile crocodiles. You got water buffaloes. You got hippopotamuses. All of that is a bad situation for a human. All of it. All of it. You're going to die. And hippopotamuses and water buffaloes hate you for no reason. They're not going to eat you. They're just going to stomp you to mash or bite you in half. Crocs are going to eat you. They're going to drown you. They're going to put you under a ledge, tenderize you for about 3 days, 4 days, maybe a week, and come back and eat you. All right? That's how they roll. Like a little rotten meat. That's why when you get bit by a croc, you got to get antibiotics in your body right quick because, well, if the bite don't kill you, the infection will. All right?
Wow.
I hope you guys have learned a lot. What else? I think we're good, Dylan. Thank you for listening, guys. Now, as usual, our podcast brought to you by Told. This is the most expensive flip-flop company on planet Earth, but it's worth it. They are the most expensive, but they are the best. Wicked and Craig leather. Sustainable. If any animal skins we use are sustainable, meaning they died of natural causes and all the money goes back to preserving the animal. I don't care what it is. Okay? So in a lot of ways, Toho does more to protect animal habitat and pay rangers and to preserve the habitat of these animals than you do. So if you have a judgment on it, that's a fact. We have a story about it. And as my buddy AG said, why did you, when you saw these flip-flops, when I sent you a pair, why did you want to go into business? Why? I've not made any money off Tohold, none. But he said, what was it about this company that made you want to go into business? And I said, I don't know. I just saw something like it felt truthful because I'd never seen that quality before. Because no shortcuts are taken. Because he will never take a shortcut. He will never not use the best vegetable tanned leather that comes from a refinery, a leather refinery that's 150 years old. He won't do it. He just won't come. And I've tried to get him to because I want to lower the price. I'm like, dude, we got to have an entry level product. He goes, that's never happening. Don't talk to me about price. It's never happening. I'll give you my money back if you want. And he's like, and this is Black Angus cow. This is very specific leather that lasts forever. And I have to say, I wear these and it's the only thing I want to wear because there's no arch support. They just end up molding to your feet. And it's the only flip-flop you'll ever need. You'll never need another flip-flop. You're not going to need, you buy maybe 10 flip-flops in your lifetime. You'll have to buy one. And that's worth it. So I stand behind them. I love them, Toehold. All right. So, guys, again, I'll be in Bridgeport, Connecticut, October 13, 14, 15. All new stuff. Bringing new heat. Riding up a storm. I'm excited. I got the Schaumburg Improv, Chicago Improv in Schaumburg, Illinois, the weekend after that, the 27th, 28th, 29th of October. November 10, 11, 12, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Comedy Zone. Then Naples, Florida, Off the Hook, December 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come get some. God bless.
Bryan Callen, this is his intro song.